Hey, hey, my creative friends. We are at the airport in France, and it is time for us to board in about a half hour. So, kind of sad. So, it made me think, kind of sad going home. First off, I just have to say I had a little coup with finding Bic pens. I know this is the craziest thing. I bought like 10 Bic pens because I can't find them anywhere in Sweden. And so Alan's like, "You're going to buy 10?" And they're like $1 each. I said, "Yeah, I am." So you can get a 10 pack for like $2 at home. So that was kind of sad. I did that, but I was very glad to find them. So that was my little happy note as we were leaving the airport. So this is the airport. I'm just going to do a little zoom around of the airport here in France. And then our last lips of France outside. So going back to real life, I wanted to, because when you go on a vacation, it's like, woohoo, you're doing all the fun things and you're having all the fun times. And so I wanted to talk about vacation hangovers and what happens, when you get home. Because sometimes it can be really depressing. Sometimes it can be, you get jet lag depending on how far you've gone. It's just, you're back to real life. And for a little period of time, you didn't have to face real life. And if you're real angry about it, going home angry, then maybe you ought to look at what's happening in real life that makes you angry. And I won't even go into that. But what I want to say are a few tips that I've had that I have used, or use as often as I can to help me when I go back to something. Because even though we didn't travel to international countries before, we would go on camping trips. We would go with, to visit family and those kinds of things. And so these tips always help. So the first thing is clean the house when you leave. Before you leave, have it clean. Because there's nothing worse than coming home from vacation and having the house be messy and you have to jump right in to all the reality and the normal things you have to do at home. So clean the house before you go. Biggest thing ever that changed my attitude about going home. Another thing is to, have a meal ready for when you get home. So it's not like, what are we going to eat? Oh, we got to go to the store. Stock up on, even if it's just cereal. Have some cereal and milk there so you can eat when you get home and not have to worry about, what am I going to do? So that's another thing. If you can get something that you can pop in the oven that's warm, even better, because that just, a warm meal after you've been traveling and stuff like that, that's just nice. Okay, third, let's see. This is something I always try to do. I try to do the last day we're on vacation, try to do laundry. The laundry I made dirty at home, try to do the laundry on vacation. I know it sounds weird, but if you put the laundry, cleaning your suitcase, mental, checklist done for when you get home. I mean, it's so nice to go home and have that done, especially when I had a lot of kids, because it would be like I got home and the first thing I had was a pile of laundry. So if I could always do it before I got home, was great. So then this leads on to step number 4, to unpack as soon as you get home. I have literally gone where I have gone a couple months, I want to say, but at least a month, where I haven't unpacked my suitcase. It just sits open. I know there are some of you out there that do that. So if you do your clothes before you leave, it makes it so much easier to unpack. So those are some really good tips, like right at the core. But then here's some other creative type tips. Okay, plan for something fun when you get home. You've done a lot of fun activities. A lot of times you've spent the whole day in fun after fun after fun. Plan just a simple thing. We've planned to go to the Natural History Museum at home when we get home, because Alan will have some time off, so we're going to do that too. So plan something that you can just look forward to. Even if it's have friends over for dinner or a movie night, or just plan some activity that your family, you really kind of go, we still have fun at home. We don't have to go somewhere necessarily to have fun at home. Then another one, let's see, 6. I have 10 things here, 6. Oh, do a scrapbook or journal page. What I have started to do, because I didn't realize this before, but when you go a lot of places or do a lot of things, there's not a lot of time to scrapbook. So what I've done is, I've just recently I made some templates so that I can just drop pictures. And I think I used one on Facebook from my Denmark travels when we went to see paintings. So and then you just drop the pictures in, and that way it's not as daunting to go, okay, we got to start from scratch. Templates, do a scrapbook page. Even if you do paper, same thing. Have templates ready, have an outline ready. There's all kinds of things out there to help you scrapbook-wise if you're doing the paper, glue, that kind of stuff. Okay, 7, schedule a nap. Yeah, schedule time, because like I said, jet lag, or just you've been going. Poor Joseph today. We were out till midnight at the Eiffel Tower last night. It was great. He was great, but today he is wiped out. So, plan a nap. We were talking to him. You can nap on the plane. You can nap in the airport. So plan a nap for yourself on that. 8. You've been inspired on vacation, most likely. I've been inspired. Okay, I want to learn how to make macaroons, learn how to make croissants and French bread. Fresco painting. It's the first time I've ever seen it in person. It's the painting that you take wet plaster, and you take the wet plaster, you take dry powder paint and water, and you paint it into the wet plaster, so then it becomes part of the wall. And so that's called fresco. And I saw it and I thought, I want to try that. Then there's, the statues. I want to try a statue. So there's all these things I want to try. I say you're inspired, pick one thing you want to try that you go, okay, I'm going to go home and try this. Pick something new, different that you've seen, even if it's like a way of decorating, even if it's a way of wearing clothes. It doesn't have to necessarily be a craft. For me, it's crafts, but pick something along the line of your creative vein and try something new with it. So 9, bring vacation home. Bring the little things you have. Do a little, bulletin board with the menus or the museum things, your little tchotchke things that you've bought, or something, and some things, and just put them up so you can enjoy them and re-enjoy them, because part of that is to have the time to enjoy things again. You had a great time, enjoy it. Or the times that you did have a great time, remember the good parts. And then the last tip is to write a thankful entry in your journal, and then you can put that on your bulletin board. But write the gratitude that you have, and the things that you saw and you did and you learned and experienced with your family, and just the mark it made on you. And so those are some ideas, anyways, to when you're sitting in the airport or thinking about going home and facing real life. These are some good tips for you, for me, so that we can go back to real life, make that transition into real life, and have it be a good transition. Have life be good no matter where you're at. So those are my tips today. We will board in, like I said, about 20 minutes now. And it's been fun to take you along on this little journey, to be able to see things. The Eiffel Tower last night, to be able to just get on and say, hey, look at this. If you've never been to, or you don't ever plan to, this is what what it's like. I hope you enjoyed it. I totally enjoyed it. And so remember, you have a creative heartbeat, so listen for it, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye.